year, part of the Orbit 360 challenge. My mileage, I've opted for the 180k challenge, but I'm actually going to do 200k today, so it's going to be my longest ride in 6 months. In a minute, I'm going to meet my friend Kate, who's just going to go and do the first 12 miles with me. And we're going to go through lots of disused railway stations today. This is the end of the line. This is West Meon station, or it was, back in 1962. Left me now. She's gone to get a coffee before going back down the trail and going home. I'm on tarmac for a few miles now. The next track is probably a few hours away yet, so it's tarmac across the downs, and then still got 100 miles to do. But it's been nice so far. It's a bit cooler than forecast, a bit chilly, but should be good fun today. Really, between Portsmouth and London. It's a really convenient way to get a little bit further north quite quickly. So this little trail just goes between Petersfield and Liss. As you go further up the A3, there's a few more of these cycle paths. I guess you wouldn't want to be on them for too long, it's very noisy, but they are really convenient. Wondered what I eat on these rides. Well, fueling is something that I've not been very good at, so I'm trying to be better. So today I've got 3 lots of sort of 500 calorie bags, so they're like this, In each bag there's about 500 calories worth of Snickers bars, Jaffa cakes, nut bars, protein bars, all of that kind of stuff. I've got 3 of these, one for each section. In my handlebar bags, you can see there, I don't know if you can see that or not, yes. So, and in there, as I'm riding along, I can just put my hand in and grab each bit. So they're all chopped up into nice bite-sized chunks, which makes it a lot easier to just grab one, pop it in your mouth and go. But when I stop, I've also got something that's a bit of a favourite of mine. I always have spaghetti bolognese the day before a good big ride, and I make something which I've always called macaroni pie out of the leftovers. It's macaroni, a bit of pasta sauce, cheese, eggs, all mixed together and baked in the oven, and it becomes like a solid tortilla, amazing cold, and it's absolutely packed full of energy. So I'm about to polish off that for now. I've got, in my water bottles, I've got 32 GI energy drink in one and 32 GI Race Pro in the other, and that also helps give me energy to keep me going. I think that's it for now. I'll stop for a coffee, so I'm going to enjoy that, sit down for a few minutes and then get back on my way. I'm about halfway into my ride now. I've got all the easy bit to do now, so I'm on the Downs link and I've got to an old station called Christ's Hospital. There is actually a real station here as well. There were 2 stations here initially, but it was there was a school here back in the early 1900s, and that's what the railway line was built for, to bring the pupils to the school, which was called Christ's Hospital School. The school still exists. It's a private school now, boarding school with 800, nearly 900 pupils from age 11 to 18. first ever long distance bike ride I ever did was on the Downs Link. I did it on a mountain bike. When I say long distance, it was 40 miles and it was a charity ride. Can't even remember who I was raising money for. But I got on at Shoreham and rode to Guildford, and it was 40 miles and I couldn't sit on my saddle for weeks afterwards. I've come a long way really, because this is just a little bit of a longer ride now. Yeah, it's amazing when you think back to something you did maybe 15 years ago and how hard it felt to doing something now and it seeming so easy. For the most part, maybe not this part, but for the most part this route is rideable on any bike, as long as it hasn't been too wet. It's generally quite hard. Every now and then they're a bit bumpy, so I wouldn't be doing it on your really skinny slick tyres. But mostly it's not too bad. Trail. Every now and then housing estates and things have been built on the route or on the old line, so it diverts through a village or a small town, which is great because in normal times there's cafes and pubs and shops, so it gives you somewhere to take a rest, and all the cafes are signposted from the route, which makes it helpful. I haven't stopped at any because I'm trying to do over 100 miles today, but yeah, in the future if I come up just to do the path, I'll check out some of the cafes as well. Well, after 20 miles I've got to the end of the actual railway part of the Downs Link, and now the final bit to Shoreham is also off-road. I've just got to follow the signs and eventually I'll follow the river all the way down to the sea.